Hello again, welcome to my channel, Back in the Saddle. On this episode I will be talking a little bit about loans. This is Harley, he is my loan horse. I've been loaning him for about a year and it has been going well with him. I use Harley to practice my basic riding and to go on hacks up the local bridle path, and to be honest, I love to just look after him and come down to the stables to ride him or even just groom him and spend some time at the stables. With loaning, lots of good advice can be found online, and in particular on the British Horse Society website. The thought of loaning a horse can be exciting, but there are many factors to consider, such as time constraints and finances needed to care for the horse. Deciding to loan a horse shouldn't be taken lightly or rushed, as having a horse that turns out to be unsuitable or unsafe can be very upsetting. It can also potentially leave the new loanee in a very difficult situation. Loaning can be beneficial for both the loanee and the owner. Buying a horse or pony can be expensive, so many people look into loaning a horse instead, as it removes the initial expense. It does come with many of the same responsibilities as owning a horse. Loaning is a less permanent arrangement than purchasing, and it can be a fantastic first step towards having a horse of your own. Horse owners may find themselves with a horse that they have outgrown, but which they don't want to sell. In these situations, loaning may be the ideal solution, as it allows the owner to maintain ultimate control over the horse's future, while somebody else takes over the day-to-day work and cost involved for caring for it. Make sure you take all factors into consideration before loaning your horse out, especially the suitability of the horse, as welfare is of the utmost importance. For example, does your horse have a medical condition that needs specialist care? Or is your horse elderly and going to a place where it can have company? Your horse will be out of your day-to-day control, and there have been occasions where horses are loaned to people who were thought to be trustworthy, but the horse sadly ends up in a very neglected state. It would always be recommended that you request references for prospective loan homes, viewing the loan home and then visiting your horse regularly to check on their health and well-being. According to the BHS online, the law requires that a horse passport remains with the horse. Therefore, the passport must be kept by the person who has primary care for the horse, if it isn't the owner. When a horse goes out on loan and is moved to a new yard, the loanee must have the original passport. Many owners feel uncomfortable about doing this, but there are a number of steps you can take to protect yourself, which include retaining a photocopy of the passport, ensuring that the horse is microchipped and that this is registered with the company who issued the passport. Inform the passport issuing organisation that your horse is going out on loan. If you are looking to take a horse out on loan, you should not accept any horse that is not accompanied by a valid and up-to-date passport. Check that the name of the owner you are loaning the horse from is a current registered owner. For a loan to work well, both parties involved need to agree on their responsibilities and ensure that all eventualities are planned for, particularly what will happen if the loan comes to an end unexpectedly. It is strongly advised that a written agreement is drawn up. Make sure the agreement is mutually acceptable. Don't agree to something if you do not intend to put into practice or you don't agree with. Having a loan agreement is an important way of helping to reduce risk and protect the owner, loanee, and of course the horse. A loan template is available on the British Horse Society site, so you could use the BHS sample loan agreement to make sure both the owner and the loanee are aware of who is responsible for what. The template can be made personal to your own requirements and circumstances and agreed between the loanee and the owner. I will put a link in the description for the British Horse Society if you should need it. My loan of Harley is through the riding school, Stonehouse Farm. It's pretty relaxed, and a lot of the work around Harley's mucking out and feeding is done by the staff on the library side of the school. Although I can go off any time, I muck out and groom him and ride him when I like. We always try to let each other know of our plans, as the riding school occasionally can use him for a couple of lessons, so we avoid clashing. Our agreement basically covers the monthly fee I pay to have the use of Harley, and the school covers all his needs such as feed, bedding, medical care, shoes, etc.